What's up everyone, it's Kovarks here, back on the Kovarks Sports channel, and today we are going to be giving you our 2022 Conference Championship predictions. We finally made it past all the team predictions, and we're now getting into the Conference Championship games. I showed at the very least the division winner for every single Power 5 division, as well as my top group of 5 team in Houston. So if you've been following the videos, you should already know who I have in each championship game, but I will go over it again. But I'm just going to be giving you the team that I have winning each conference, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow I'll give you my playoff predictions, and then the day after I shall give you my New Year's 6 predictions. So, you know, we'll see when the Noma Sports podcast comes out. It'll come out one of those days, but so yeah, that's a little bit of a roadmap, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with the SEC, I have Alabama 11-1, Georgia at 12-0. If you want to see a more in-depth video on my records for these teams, make sure to go check out their specific videos. Just go to the channel and they'll all be right there. In fact, I also made a playlist, so if you go to the playlist tab and you click on the 2022 predictions, they'll all be right there for you. So I've got Alabama and Georgia, no surprise here. I do have Georgia with a better record coming into this game, and I think even though they lost quite a bit on defense, I think overall this is still a very solid team, and I'm not so sure if anyone on their schedule could quite top them. The issue for Alabama is I think they're better than Georgia, but I have them getting a loss. But that's just because the schedule is pretty tough. They play Texas, a fairly difficult road game in the non-conference, and then you've got, you know, teams like Auburn, Texas A&M. I'm not too high on Auburn, but it is a rivalry. Then you've got Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Arkansas, and a bunch of other games, Tennessee. I think all of those will pile up, and somewhere along the way someone trips up Alabama. But that being said, I think Alabama is just the better team. I think Georgia's losses on defense kind of show in this game. I also think that Alabama's drive to get revenge over Georgia, it all comes together and they get a sizable 10, 14, 17 point win. Not like a blowout or anything, but it'll be clear, you know, as we, you know, enter the fourth quarter, Alabama's going to win this game, I think. So I have Alabama winning the SEC and going 12-1. Then in the Big Ten, I have Purdue at 9-3. So I went through, not in videos, but I went through on my own, going through every single Big Ten West team. And when I went through it all, Purdue, they just came out as the number 1 team in the West. So I will have them playing Ohio State. I have Ohio State undefeated coming into this game. You know, I have them at 12-0. I'm not quite sure if anyone in the Big Ten can challenge them. They've got Notre Dame at home. This offense will likely be the best in the nation. The defense is going to be better. They've got a new defensive coordinator. Purdue, I think they're going to be a good team. They're a solid team, all things considered. Maybe they'll struggle running the ball a bit, but they're still going to be a solid team. But are they going to be able to beat Ohio State even on a neutral field? I don't think so. The Buckeyes are too good. They get to 13-0 and defeat Purdue there. So that we get to the ACC, we've got Miami at 9-3. I think they win their division. They're just the overall more talented team, or most talented team, I should say, compared to the likes of North Carolina or Virginia Tech. I think they'll struggle a little bit with some of those games, but I just think this is the most complete team, and I think they will emerge out of that division. The issue for them is they play Clemson. Clemson is a team that's going to want to reclaim their ACC crown. You know, I'm sure they're upset. They're driving to try and get back on top of the conference. This defense is still a very solid, one of the best defenses in the country, even with the loss at defensive coordinator. They're going to be great on that side of the ball. I think the offense will be improved. Will it be like, you know, the Clemson offenses of old? No, but I think they will be improved enough to where I think that they're just the better all-around team playing on a neutral site. I think they're able to get this win, and they're able to go to 11-2. because of that offense, I do have them at 2 losses. Going to the Big 12 now, I've got Baylor at 9-3 and Oklahoma at 10-2. Oklahoma has a better record because I have them beating Baylor. I have them losing to Nebraska and Texas. Nebraska, that pick doesn't look so good now because, of course, we've already done with week 0, but I've got to roll with it. The Texas, even if they don't lose to Nebraska, don't get too hung over on the individual games because I know they play TCU and West Virginia on the road. They play Baylor. I think that Oklahoma's got enough parts on the schedule to where they could trip up. And then I think Texas, I don't think they're going to be great this year, but the fact that the rivalry's been so close in recent years, I think that Texas is able to finally get over the hump and get one of those wins before, these big recruiting classes for Oklahoma start showing up. As for Baylor, I think they're going to be solid again. This looks like a good team. Dave Aranda is a proven head coach. In my opinion, he's currently the best coach in the Big 12. The only reason why I have them losing the regular season matchup between these two teams is it's on the road, and I think Dave Aranda is able to get revenge now playing on a neutral site. I think Baylor's able to get the win. They win the Big 12. They'll both be at 10-3, but the fact that Baylor, had the win on the neutral site, I think the first game will be close. I think it'll be clear that Baylor is the better team, and of course they will get that Big 12 New Year's 6 bid. Finally, we've got the Pac-12 here. I've got Utah at 11-1 and Oregon at 10-2. Very, very similar to the Big 12. I think Utah, they're the slightly better team, the more complete team. Oregon with a new head coach, and Dan Lanning from Georgia. I have Oregon winning, finally getting their big win over Utah in the regular season, though. And I think for Utah works well for them. I think Oregon's got their big win over them now. I think Utah bounces back. They learn from their mistakes now playing on a neutral field. I think they're also able to get that big win. So those are my 5 conference champions. I have Alabama in the SEC, Utah in the Pac-12, Ohio State in the Big 10, Clemson in the ACC, and Baylor in the Big 12. Who do you guys have winning each of these conferences? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Of course, I'll be giving you my playoff and New Year's 6 predictions over the next 2 days. Make sure to look out for that. If you are interested, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as we continue in these last few days to the main part of the college football season. I want to thank you all very much for watching once again, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye.